What is up guys, this is JC here and welcome for another video for Godfall. Today I have a very fun and exciting build to show you guys. This build is focused on summoning a whole army of spirit warriors to fight alongside you in battle. There are multiple items that can summon spirit warriors. These include your weapon, your amulet and your augment. Also you can summon spirit warriors from your Archon Fury ability as well. Since the recent patch, they seem to have buffed all these three items. Before the patch, we would summon one spirit warrior when you proc the abilities on your weapons, amulet or augment. Now all these abilities have been buffed to proc 3 spirit warriors instead of just 1. This is amazing as you can have so many out at once that is just crazy. With that, let's just get straight into the build. So the main weapon for this build is Wolf's Boon. This weapon will give you a 30 or 45% chance to summon spirit warrior whenever you perform a death blow. If you are a Challenger Edition player and if you are not sure on how to perform a death blow, it's basically getting the killing shot on an enemy while targeting a weak point. Getting a primal version of this will be better as you will have a higher chance of summoning spirit warriors. This will spawn 3 instead of just 1 as it shows in the description. For your secondary weapon, I suggest getting a dual blade such as Wander's Ambition to gun down bosses. Since you can't perform death blows on bosses, you can use a secondary weapon to take down the bosses easily and quickly. You could also use the Storm Flayers as they will do soul shatter damage for all your attacks while inner focus is active. This will allow you to soul shatter enemies more easily, and you need to soul shatter enemies because of your amulet. The amulet we are using is the Brother's Promise. This will give us 18 or 25% chance to summon a spirit warrior whenever we soul shatter an enemy. Once again, getting a primal version will increase your chances of getting spirit warriors to spawn. This will also spawn 3 spirit warriors whenever you soul shatter an enemy. For your charm, we will stick to the Lion's Talisman. You don't want to get the Matrix Star with the Mark of Fragility as it seems to kill the enemies quickly with the weapon technique or in elements. Since we need to be able to perform death blows and soul shatter, we stick to just having the Lion's Talisman on. For the rings, we are using the Dust Lord Signet, so we can expose weak points and get those death blows easily. Then we are using the Zoe's Embrace. This will be used for over health gain and survivability. For the Lifestone and Banner, we will be keeping them to the Archon's tier and the Mace's Banroll. Challenger Edition players will have access to all these items. Now let's take a look at the augments. The main augment for this build is the Air of Heaven. This will summon spirit warriors whenever you place down your banner. This item also spawns 3 spirit warriors whenever you place your banners. Make sure you place it here as it requires 2 red adjacent augments. This augment was really a waste before as you were spending a full legendary augment just to get 1 spirit warrior. Now it's actually worth it since you're summoning 3 of them whenever you're placing your banner. For the next spirit augment we get Respite. Since we'll be using Soul Shatter quite often, this augment will give us our banner back to use really quickly. For the Might augment we'll first get Loyalty. This will give us Archon Fury Charge as well as Archon Fury Charge Speed whenever we hit weak points. We will be able to use Archon Fury more often and use those spirit warriors that come with it as well. For the next augment we have Twilight Bloom to give us the really high weapon tech damage. For the last Might augment we have Focus. This will give us overhealth whenever we get critical hits. For the Vitality augments we have Force Barrier. This will give us armor from getting interrupted from enemy attacks if our overhealth is above 50%. For the last augment we have Rift, for bonus damage for each element on the enemy. For the Vitality augments you should get overhealth gain to survive better and add resistances as your masterwork trait. For the Spirit augments, you should upgrade Element Power and add Might as your masterwork. And for your Might augments, go for weak point damage and weapon tech damage and make your masterwork to add more weapon tech damage. Now let's take a look at the skills. First thing to note is make sure to get your Soul Shatter points. This will allow you to both easily get death blows and Soul Shatter effects from your weapon and amulet to proc more easily. You can also choose to get Siphon if you want. This is such a good item to use since you have so many spirit warriors. Since the warriors are going to be distracting all the enemies to attack them and not you, you can easily sit behind and siphon them if you see yourself being low on health. Since the level 5 skill allows you to siphon 3 enemies at once, you can gain almost full health really quickly. Here's a look at the Ascension powers and the stat sheet. That is it for the build guys. It is such a fun build as you can have so many minions at your side. You could use this build on Silvermane or Aegis Horn as well. But they don't get anything exciting from their Archon Fury abilities, just weapon tech charge or damage reduction. Whereas Hinterclaw gets crit chance and damage, so he is a better choice. The Spirit Warriors are really good to have sometimes, as you can really get overwhelmed by the number of enemies in the game. This way you can sit behind and wait for your opportunity to jump in whenever you want. Few things to note for this build: you cannot stack the effects or the items. For instance, if you get a death blow and it procs the Spirit Warriors, then if you get another death blow which procs the Spirit Warriors as well, your old ones will disappear and the new ones will spawn. At a time you can have up to 12 Spirit Warriors at once. 3 from your weapon, 3 from your amulet, 3 from your banner and 3 from your Archon Fury. The Spirit Warriors can stun and stagger enemies just like how you're able to blind enemies whenever you parry. The attacks from your Spirit Warriors don't do much damage, but they are able to breach enemies. Since you can have so many, they can breach enemies quite nicely. Your breach damage will not affect how much breach damage they do, just to let you know. Let's just hope for the new developer changes that they are making, they buff up the Spirit Warriors as well. Also, could you imagine this build in multiplayer? It could be amazing to see if 3 players ran this exact same build. Imagine seeing 36 Spirit Warriors out at once. That would be amazing. This build is best in Lightbringer, since you fight in such small spaces and areas. The Spirit Warriors don't actually follow you around. If they are summoned and if no enemies are around, they will just stand there and do nothing. So it's best in Lightbringer, but it's fun in the towers as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see cooler videos and content on Godfall, be sure to subscribe to keep up to date on the things I bring to you all. Comment down below on what you guys think of it. Who will you be using this build on? Do you guys like the new changes they made to these items, summoning 3 instead of just 1 Spirit Warrior every time? Let me know. I will catch you all next time.